My name's Diamond Dallas Page, WWE Hall of Famer and creator of the DDP fitness system. For decades, I have always been ahead of the curve when it comes to holding back the hands of time. At 69 years young, my regiment is not for the faint of heart. My routine challenges even the fittest athletes who are less than half my age. But to me, it's just a typical day. I've invited some of my celebrity friends and some incredible warriors from around the world to experience it for themselves. So the challenge has been laid down. The only question is, do you have what it takes to survive DDP's Gauntlet? Bang! Hey guys, welcome to DDP's Gauntlet. I'm Diamond Dallas Page, and I have to introduce him like this because this is what I see for him. And here's Johnny.
Hey, it also saves time because there's about 100 Johnny names.
What are you going by recently?
Johnny TV.
Johnny TV. But what are some of your other ones for people who don't know?
I legitimately probably have the most John-based ring names in the history of wrestling. Johnny Nitro, John Morrison, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Blaze, Johnny Ultra, Johnny Impact,
I didn't
Johnny Elite.
That many.
No, it goes on and on. Johnny Zero, Johnny Below Zero. Johnny...
Did you really do Johnny Below Zero?
Yep, for Below Zero Wrestling in North Dakota.
God, so funny. You have fun with it.
Now I got a split.
Oh. How was that even possible?
Like, when was the first time you got in the ring?
The first time I got in the ring was 2001. I was in college at UC Davis, and I just seen Tough Enough season 1.
All right.
And for some reason, you know, kind of like you, I dreamed of being a wrestler when I was a kid, and then I kind of forgot about it. I wrestled in high school actually because I was a wrestling fan.
Right.
Then I was wrestling at UC Davis.
Have you ever noticed that kids who wrestle, they either are big wrestling fans or they fucking hate it. You know what I mean? Because they think it's not real. You know, there's very few. Most of them dig it though. You know?
Yeah. My very first match, the first thing I did was the bell rang and I jumped up on some kid and DDT'd him and then pinned him. And my coach said,
"Oh wait, you're talking about in high school?"
High school.
Oh my God.
I'm talking about.
I was talking your first match in the ring.
14 years old.
14 years
I jumped
old.
up and DDT'd some kid and pinned him. And my coach said, "That's illegal. Never do it again. But don't stop winning."
I literally saw. It's funny you say that. And Nathan will see if we can find it. But there was a kid in a high school match who did someone. Well, it could be called a diamond cutter to me, but it could call it RKO too.
Yeah.
And he did it, and the guys looked at him like, "What the fuck did you just?"
He didn't kick out, did he?
I don't think so.
That would have been disrespectful if he did.
Yeah, but that's kind of crazy. So
I was.
So really,
first
your
time I
first
got
match,
into
you were
pro,
14.
Yeah, I had a lot of collegiate matches before my professional career.
That's funny.
But 2001 was the first time I got into professional wrestling ring. And it wasn't consistent because I was still going to school. And Tough Enough 2, I tried out for it, didn't make it. So
Really? So
kept
you
training.
Now, were you? I know you're You're one of those guys who always looks great. Like, did you have a good body back then?
I wasn't as big as I am now, but I was in the shape of my life. I switched from D1 wrestling to gymnastics because I wanted to do everything Jackie Chan did.
Wait, back up on that. You said you wrestled at D1 level?
Yeah.
That's serious as shit. So when you came up through high school, you win state or something like that, or close?
I went to state. I was team captain for 2 years in high school. It's probably been beat now, but in my high school at the time, I was the winningest wrestler in my high school's history.
No shit, dude. That's something. I mean, you didn't just stop there. You kept going. So, some people, that's as far as they go, and then they always live back in that time. But
right.
So, yeah, that's awesome. So that's pretty amazing.
And when I got to college and started wrestling D1, I realized like D1's a little different than my high school.
Right. It is. It's a lot different.
I was
Those
not the
guys
most winningest wrestler.
Right.
in
but
college.
to have that, to have that in literally starting with a wrestling move. So you're going to college, or did you go there and you scholarship in the beginning, and then did you do it the whole time?
No,
Or
I
did
mean
you check out?
I walked on, and towards the end of like my first year, like I was not nearly as good as I thought I was. The competition was a lot stiffer, and I had 2 knee surgeries at the end of my first year.
Oh, wow.
Not big, just both knees scoped, but it was consecutive. So it was like scope 6 weeks, then like I kind of was running around the mat and like tweaked my other knee. They were both shot
Right.
from high school wrestling actually. And then another scope, so another 6 weeks. And 3 months isn't like the end of the world, but it was enough time for me to think about it and decide I want to like switch my focus. And I switched my major from geology to film. And I walked on to the gymnastics team and started taking jiu-jitsu, kung fu, breakdancing, everything I could that was what Jackie Chan did, because he was my idol at that time.
Right.
And
To look at him, you would never believe he could do the shit that he could do. It's,
yeah.
So don't judge a book by its cover, especially when it's Jackie Chan.
I mean, he defied gravity. He could do anything. And so I, for maybe 3 years, had been in the UC Davis rec hall where the gym and the weights, the gymnastics floor and all the equipment were. I'd spent like 6 hours a day, 6 days a week.
6 hours a day?
More time than I spent going to class. Like
But
training.
What about overtraining? Where does that roll in?
You know, when you're 20, 21, you can get away with a lot more. But I was also like lifting for maybe an hour and a half.
Right.
And then,
So when you say the gym, you mean a piece of taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, the mat?
yeah. So an hour and a half
weights?
is a lot for
Got
weights
it.
anyway.
Yeah,
but
sure.
then I would do skills after that.
Right. That's it. Though. Again, that shit pays off because it's all about reps.
Yeah.
So you go from there, and
then I'm suddenly tough enough, and
so just the third time?
I made it on to Tough Enough 3.
Tough Enough 3. And what was that like? Because right now I just did that show, LFG, and people compare it a little bit to Tough It Up because it's some prime athletes that are coming up and getting a chance to get a contract, etc. But it's different than Tough It Up. I really had a really good time. It's Taker and Booker T, Bubba Ray, and Mickey James.
Yeah.
And then they bring in a legend each week, different. I think the week before me was Gunther, and the week before that was Punk. Punk was there. So I was actually watching the episodes they do with it, and it was completely different to me, how they laid it out. And being a guy who studied film, I think they've created something different. It's gonna be really cool. But for you, so you get there, and wasn't Tough Enough like? Wasn't that like a reality show based like in a house and all that?
So it was almost like the real world meets training to be a wrestler. And that's where I met you. You were a guest coach on Tough Enough 3.
What year was that?
This is 2002.
2002, yeah. I was still doing stuff with the company at that point. And then once I almost broke my neck, and but that I didn't break my neck is unbelievable. That some of what the boys can go through and the girls can go through, and a lot of people do break their neck. But fortunately, it didn't end in a some deal where you go into paralysis and freaking you're crippled. But that's when I knew it was time for me to take a powder, and they wanted me to do color commentating, and they brought me in, and I did really well with it. But I didn't want to do it. I just wanted to take some time down. And that's when I said no. And they said, well, think about it for 2 weeks. And Kevin Dunn called me back 2 weeks later. He goes, I think you're the next Jesse Ventura. He goes, I really think we'll start you here, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, Kev, I'm not ready to do it right now, but click. And I never heard from him again after that for 5 years. Till it was the very best of Nitro. Yeah. So you're in Tough Enough, and who sticks out to you on that show that went anywhere?
So on my season specifically, I mean, me and Matt Cappotelli were the two winners. And I don't know if people remember Matt, but I actually thought he had more charisma than anyone, more than me. And he like just kind of had a tragic ending. He was about to get called up a couple times from OVW. He broke his leg once. Then another time he got concussed and he went to the hospital. They scanned his brain and said he had malignant tumor in his brain.
Oh my God!
And
wow, didn't know that.
Brain cancer. And they told him he could never wrestle again. And he didn't. He had a surgery, and they told him before the surgery that there's a chance he might wake up blind, or deaf, or both. And he woke up. He said, with his vision impaired, it was like he was wearing a hat, like he couldn't see up. But they could never really get all the cancer, and you know he passed in 2018.
Wow.
And I remember I was calling to invite him to our wedding. You were there.
Yep, I was there.
And I had a really hard phone call with his wife, and said she told him he was invited, but he was on his deathbed at that time from the cancer.
Yeah, man, when people say they got problems with this, they got problems with that, that's a problem. When you got any kind of cancer, but most times you can fight it. You know, most times you can try to kick out.
I mean, he fought it for 15 years.
Yeah.
And actually, to this day, I still think of like how positive he was every time I saw him.
No kidding.
With that diagnosis, like even after he'd stopped wrestling, he was still going to OVW to help out, and I could, like, every time, it was like a year between every time I saw him, just feel like, oh, he's like mentally kind of like slipping away because the cancer's eating his brain. And he was always positive and smiling.
Wow.
And like, I think about that sometimes when I think I'm having a tough time.
It's so important, man, because I think I worked with Lex a lot. And matter of fact, you'll be gone by the time he gets here. He's coming in on Monday. But I mean, Lex has the greatest attitude. I mean, he has, his mindset is so strong. His faith is so strong in Christ. Like I've seen a lot of guys who've had to make that switch from where they were to just stay alive. But Lex, everything that happens to him, he just has the greatest mindset that you could have. And anytime I'm thinking like my knees are hurting me or my back, or whatever, I'm thankful. I mean, I go right to thinking about my boy who's working his ass off just to try to get out of that chair.
Yeah.
You know, which is really, you know, that's a powerful statement. All right, let's switch to something else here. This is something I really like to start with. So this is a question that I pretty much ask everybody. If you could go back in time, and when we were watching Speed of Time, which we'll talk about, I thought, oh my God, you already have gone back in time. But if you could go back in time and talk to your younger self, two parts to this question. What would you say to him? And how old would you be? Now, just to give you an example of what I mean by that, for me, when I did it, there's this Players Tribune, it's called, and it's a website, and it does ridiculous track for all types of athletes, you know, from swimmers to basketball players to baseball players. And when I went in the Hall of Fame, they wanted to put my story in there. So I gave it to them, and I talked to my 12-year-old self, and I was 63 at the time. My buddy Ted, who's 90, when I asked him the question, he was 90, he wanted to talk to his 40-year-old self. So it's really relative to, you know, how old you would be how old are you now? How old are you
I'm 45.
Now? You're 45 now.
Yeah.
So what would you? How old would you be?
Luckily, I feel like I'm 18. My body doesn't feel that old. Just maturity level. But I think I would. Let's see. I'm doing the math in my head. Talk to my 32-year-old self.
Really? Very interesting. What would you say to him?
I was 32 when I left WWE the first time. I just wasn't happy. I decided to walk away. Don't regret that at all.
Right.
But when I walked away, I feel like I was close to like just being okay and being happy with what I was doing, but I didn't really have a thing. Like wrestling was the thing. And I didn't really like anything as much as I liked wrestling. And so I was continuing to do it on independent wrestling shows, and then started doing Lucha Underground and then Impact and MLW and the rest
I mean,
of it.
you've pretty much worked everywhere.
AAA in Mexico.
Right.
Like,
But not many people can do that. You know?
Mexico is no joke.
No, Mexico's no joke, and it's the style, the lucha libre style is so different.
Yeah.
But you've been able to, because of the crazy athlete that you are, and the control of your body that you have.
And that's one of the things that I feel like I really like about wrestling, and prioritize maybe even more than I should. But it's because I love it. But I would go back and talk to the 32-year-old version of me and just tell myself to, like, no matter what, like, be patient, calm, and just know that I'm doing the right thing. Even if it doesn't feel like it. It's hard to leave WWE and go from national television to suddenly.
Oh yeah, it's a whole mind shift switch.
You do, you know what I mean? And
I did it. It's different,
Yeah,
and you can't really explain it to people if they haven't done it.
Exactly, and it messes with your head a little bit too. And I would go back and just tell myself, like, it's fine. Like, you are John. You're a brother, you're a good friend, a son, like all these things, and you're a pro wrestler, but that's not it.
Right.
You're a lot more than that. And when everyone kind of thinks to themselves, like, hey, that's my pro wrestler friend.
Right.
Sometimes it takes a little bit too much of your identity,
Oh,
and,
100%.
It makes doing other stuff more difficult. But I think I just go
Would
back.
you have stayed in WWE?
No, I think I made the right decision, and I went back to WWE.
Sure.
And I also think that was the right decision.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had stayed, depending on what happened, I might have just become increasingly unhappy, and I'm glad I left before that happened.
Right.
And just would have told myself, like, it's okay. Everything's fine.
That's another reason why when it came to doing color commentating, for me, like, I was done. I just went like 13 years really hard, and I just needed to, like, literally step away from it. Did I ever think I'd be doing what I'm doing now? Kind of, but no.
Yeah.
I just kept following my passion, and that to me is the most important thing, following your passion. So as you went, one of the things you said earlier, and I didn't know you had gone to film school, and I've seen your work, and I thought it's really good, especially, I really enjoyed Boone, and I know you put you put your own money in that thing.
I put a lot into everything.
But you do what I put all the money in on DDP Yoga. Like, I wouldn't take money for anyone else because I didn't want them to be able to tell me, I thought you said.
Yeah.
To me, myself, I could say it. And it took 8 years to be an overnight success with DDP Yoga. But
you remember all the, like, I was not with you all the time, but I saw you, like, sporadically throughout that period. And you were getting over the hump, and then Arthur's transformation, and it was really cool to see that whole thing happen. And you actually made me realize that, because I think came out with a fitness program at the end of 2012. And I put all the energy into creating it and releasing it, and then I was kind of done. And you did, well, not the opposite. You put time and energy into creating it, but you never stopped. You're all about it, always all about it.
Because again, for me, when I'm doing just
Believed
like
in
my
it.
warm up, just do my warm up, which we'll do before we start the gauntlet. Before we hit, get out of the plunge, just starting to stretch out and get that part going. Turning your body onto it, and every single time I'm stiff as hell to start, and then once I get on the mat, I'm like, this shit really works.
You know, when we met, I didn't understand that, but I do now.
Well, you were also incredibly limber, and I can remember, I don't know if you remember this, but we were both living in LA. You still live there.
I remember. I think I remember exactly what you're going to say.
I remember you had done work, you worked with me, we worked out together, and then this is years later, and we ran into you, and so I can't remember.
At a Whole Foods.
At the Whole Foods, and you showed me your friggin' handstand. You went up into the friggin' deal, walking on your
at the
hands.
supermarket.
Where the fuck did that come from? Because is that something that came to you later on, or you've been doing that since you were in high school?
I mean, so college. Like when I stopped amateur wrestling or collegiate wrestling and was getting into gymnastics and like martial arts, that became kind of the foundation for all like balance, aerial coordination. I learned how to flip, twist.
And you said breakdancing, which to me, those cats who breakdance, and you're huge for a breakdancer. Mostly they're tiny people. But when they can stop and pivot on this hand and their whole body's in the air and they hold that for 1001, 1002, and then they go into something else like, oh my God.
The amount of work and practice that some of those guys put into freezes and like combos and like just their groundwork and their uprights is equivalent, I think, to Olympic athletes.
I agree.
And
I agree.
I think breakdancing was not fairly shown in the Olympics, by the way. But it's next level. I was never that good at breakdancing. It was just one of the something I wanted to learn.
The one of the things I loved about what you did with your body and your health is you have a huge toolbox of shit to grab from.
Yeah.
You know, and that's really, you know, where you go on, because you're not going to wrestle forever, you know,
right.
And you never phone it in.
And I want to stop before I have to start phoning it in, so to speak.
Right.
Because that's, I mean, for better or worse, one thing I love about wrestling is combining different movement patterns from across different disciplines. I mean, I've tons of stuff like this. Say, like, knock someone down, hit an amateur wrestling shoot into a breakdancing master swipe, into MMA, ground and pound. Then flip back over, he flips me over, then hit like a Makaku, which is from Capoeira, back into passing his guard. And most people don't even know what all that stuff is.
Right, but if we friggin' had you could discipline yourself to try to do that. There's got to be an art. It's an art for sure, but there's got to be a way that you can make a living teaching people to do stuff like that.
I think it's a very niche like skill set, but the demand for it is in wrestling, fight choreo for film, even live shows outside of wrestling. There's a lot of maybe they don't have a lot of money, but a lot of people could benefit from just cross-discipline like movement training. And if I'm following my passion kind of like you did, it's not something I ever thought about. I'm going to be a movement expert. It's
right.
Just something that kind of happened because I've nonstop remained a student, which I think is important, and studied all this stuff. And I teach people when they ask. I've taught a lot of people now, but for the most part, if no one asks, I'm not showing them anything.
Right.
Just because I hate unsolicited advice. But the I guess the epiphany I get out of that is if you follow your passion, you end up somewhere that no one else has been. And for me, that's studying tons of different martial arts and movement disciplines, breakdancing, parkour.
Maybe there's a spot in that in Hollywood, but who knows what's Hollywood's going to be. Because now that there's AI, they can, like we just watched The Speed of Time which I started to segue away from the film school, but is that where you came up with like the ability to do Boone and speed of time, Sheik? Which that Sheik is horror.
It's ridiculous.
Crazy. It's ridiculous. But speed of time, dude, that was like really good.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna put like a link to this at the end so you can actually see it because it's really, really well done.
I think Speed of Time is the best showcase of like acting and action ability of mine that's out there. And I mean, that's really a combination of
I love how you
traditional
pull
fight
Zig in
choreo.
there too.
I know. In the Speed of Time, if you take stem cells, you become a muscly, long-haired dude with a vest.
and the excuse of how did I go from this to this? Stem cell. Like everybody, stem cells for everything. It's
Stem cells.
No.
Brevity is
funny.
the soul of wit. Oscar Wilde, 1856. But that action design was like traditional stunt choreo, lucha, just wrestling, but some of the more extreme stuff. And then like traditional stunt choreo is almost just a combination of everything from MMA to Wing Chun to hand trapping. It's like the Indian Santo Academy hand trapping type stuff with disarming and boxing.
yeah. Well, you got it all in that Speed of Time flick. How long did it take you to do that?
I mean, we shot the Speed of Time in 5 days in St. Petersburg and 1 day of pickups in Los Angeles. And
Really?
yeah, it was a very tight shoot.
Dude, that's pretty freaking amazing.
The the difference between that and Sheik was I directed Sheik and acted in it.
I make you humble!
And for Speed of Time, I had some very talented people that were writing it and directing it. And
I saw a lot of your influence in there as far as the writing of it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I sat down with Russ Nickel and William Stribling, who both teach screenplay writing at Stanford, and
Wow, really?
in California.
How'd you know those guys?
I wrote a feature-long screenplay with them called Macho Con Todo, and we could never get money for it, and I just kind of said, you know, it would be cool to actually shoot something with you guys, but we need to short. We can't just shoot a
I think
feature.
you could have actually made a movie out of that, though, too.
I agree. Like we've talked about it before, but I mean that came out, and then I was on the road with WWE when that came out, and then AEW, and then maybe I like checked out for a little bit.
Right.
Like,
Well, that's what brought you here.
And I'm back now.
Yeah, you
so
are.
everything's possible again.
You know, the one thing, the last time we saw each other for this, God, I was somewhere near you. Was that in L.A.? I know went to that
Stockton.
restaurant.
Remember, it was the Stockton Con.
Yeah, Stockton Con. That was it.
You know what? That was right before the boxing fight.
Exactly. That's how we were going to segue. Because what do you mean you're boxing? Where did that come from? You got to be, it's a lot of training to be a boxer.
It was a lot of training, and I didn't have a lot of time. So,
yeah, I know you told me had a short window. Did you have, God, who was training you?
Josh.
Josh
Yeah.
Barnett. Who knows nothing about fighting. What a killer he is, man. And a great guy.
8 months notice for this, and it was I went somewhere for Christmas, and when I got back, I called Josh, and that gave us 5 months.
No, but hold on. I want to know how it happened. Like, how do you end up? Did someone call you and say, "Hey, do you want to be in a boxing match?" I mean, how did?
So there's an influencer boxing event called Creator Clash.
Oh, okay, yeah, I heard of that.
I went to the Creator Clash 1 with a buddy of mine named Nathan Barnett, not related to Josh, and I'm in his YouTube show called Dad, and I'm like the alpha, and he's just kind of like a robot, but whenever Alpha shows up, he's like, oh God, I'm gonna look bad now. So I walked out for him for his boxing fight. Actually, Rogan picked up the boxing fight because he thought that it was a dad beating up his son.
Oh, really?
And it really wasn't. It was like Nathan was just fighting at 43. He was fighting a guy, Matt, that was 26.
That's your son. And we're watching you beat your son up?
And Nathan creamed him. He, like, TKO'd him in like 50 seconds.
Really?
Yeah. But I met everyone there, and there's another guy named Harley Morenstein from Epic Mealtime that knocked the guy out in Creator Clash 1, and they couldn't find an opponent for him because he's like 6'5", 260.
So that's the guy you fought?
Yeah. And then they called me.
And you've never boxed before?
No.
How long does this fight last? Don't tell me who wins and loses yet. Just tell me how long it lasted. Approximately.
4 minutes, 30 seconds.
That's it? Let's go to that.
Round number 3, Harley's going to have to flex some muscle and throw some shots here because he's getting overwhelmed so far.
Harley is moving onto John's right hand. He needs to be moving to his right. Look at that, he's walking straight onto that right hand.
And again, you keep seeing his...
Huge right hand, and that's it! Referee waves it off! Wow!
Jesus Christ! Right hand from John Hennigan, and the mayor of Slamtown has just staked his claim as the mayor of Creator Clash.
Okay. It was short like that. We could do it. Just throw it in. Might as well show it.
Yeah.
So you go and the guy's he's a big badass.
He's a big dude, and I heard he was up to 270. And when he weighed in for the fight, he dropped. He like was in such good shape. He got down to like 250. And when I saw that, I was actually more nervous than I would have been because I was like, oh crap! I was kind of counting on him getting winded.
Oh, right.
But he looks like he's got abs now.
Oh wow! Well, he looked at you and went, "I got to get some kind of abs now."
He actually is a really good guy, and we're buds. And afterwards, we had a really good talk, and he said that he's like, I didn't really think this through, John. Like about halfway, a few months out from the fight, I like saw some of the things you were posting on Twitter, and I was like, oh my god. Should I be running right now? What do I do?
You had Josh Barnett, and he don't fool around. You didn't want to embarrass him either.
When I told you when I asked Josh to train me, he'd like stop for a minute and looked at me and just said, "Yep, sure, John, I'll train you, but don't waste my time." Just like that, and I was like,
"You'd be really serious."
All right. And sparring with Josh is like sparring a grizzly bear.
Ooh.
Because he just doesn't move at all. He's so still. It's like his hands just know when you're in range. And if he felt like it, he just, boom, pop my head back every time. And the main thing he was trying to teach me how to box. Teach a guy to box who doesn't know. But in boxing, especially if you're a little scared, you burn way more energy than a pro.
No,
and
dude, of course, man.
I was all over the place when I started, and he basically got me to slow down, pick my shots, breathe, and
most important,
yeah,
because that's what blows you up when you stop breathing. I'd heard this before, and I use it all the time. The only difference between excitement, oh my God, this is amazing, and fear is whether you're breathing or not.
Yeah.
And everybody, like that shit don't work.
Hyperventilating isn't getting any oxygen into your blood.
It's the number one thing, no matter who I talk to, who I teach, I try to teach them how to breathe. And if you can breathe in and out for 3, that's pretty good. But if you can breathe in and out for 5, when you're doing anything, especially if it's uncomfortable, like you don't blow up, and it creates a whole different level because of the science is when you are deep breathing and controlling it, you activate the hypothalamus, which is connected to the pituitary gland in the brain that helps you deal with stress and anxiety due to the physiological effect that has on our nervous system. So it kind of really makes sense. And anytime I go into any kind of anxiety, because we all do, me too.
Yeah, everybody has
we
anxiety.
all do. I start breathing. And within 3 breaths, it's way better. Way better.
I guess if you just watch that fight, you might notice that there were a lot of times when I forgot everything that Josh told me.
Of course.
and didn't breathe, except for in between rounds. He did a really good job of calming me down. You also probably noticed Taya, my wife, in my corner as the cut man.
Oh, it's classic.
Wearing a romper with stilettos because she didn't know she was going to have to get in the ring.
But that should be the only cut man out there.
I know.
That's what they should all look like.
She's got like 4-inch stilettos. She's taller than me, and she had to put on these rubber gloves, and she had to cover her nails, and she was like, God damn. But when the fight started, Josh had to tell her like a dozen times, stop yelling because I need to tell John to keep his hands up. Because she was like, punch it in the face. Oh, come on, John, knock him out.
Your wife can be pretty animated at times.
I'm glad I boxed Harley and not her. I'll leave it at that.
Yo, so you got a pretty impressive crew there, too, that came out here. Was Karrion
Kross, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh, man. Swagger, Super Panda. You know,
it sounds like some of your movies that they've all been in, especially that one with the Sheik. Is that like your crew that you hang with?
Yeah, that was like, PJ was at the fight too. PJ Black, Panda, and Kross were like all buds when the shot Sheik. And Kross was living in Vegas at the time, but he still came out to shoot Sheik.
He's a good dude, man. I like him.
He's a really good dude.
I saw the first time I really got to talk to him was at Flair's last match thing, and he was signing right next to me. And I talked a little bit, but then at some point I was like, dude, just keep doing what you're doing, bro, because it's gonna happen for you, because he's got it all.
Yeah.
He's got the size, the look, the rap.
You put him on a poster,
Yeah.
He's a draw, he can talk,
Yes.
he can move, he can wrestle, he can box.
Yeah, he could deal. He's
I
a shooter
sparred with him
too.
before
I was watching
the
him.
boxing fight, and I'm also glad I wasn't boxing him. I'll leave it at that.
What are we doing today?
I'm gonna try to break this back.
Show me. Oh my God.
I'm good.
Oh my God, that looked easy.
The bat's done now, though.
Yeah, to me, he's like one of those cats. Like LA Knight, feel the same way about him. Like he's a great, at some point he should get that opportunity, or Karrion, they both should, and hopefully they continue.
Both those guys they're seasoned. They're not just like an athlete off the street that's getting a push.
Like, they do.
They can talk.
Time.
They know what it's like to work on top of the card. They can wrestle. They can carry someone. They can wrestle up a level if they're in the ring with somebody better than them. But that's probably not often nowadays for either of those guys.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And again, I love his. I'm a big Jesse Ventura fan, so I love his Jesse. It's pretty amazing.
He's got that great impression because he's a big Jesse Ventura fan.
How crazy was the scene when you were getting involved? In wrestling? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He loves Jesse. Yeah.
Did you see where, I'm sure you did, my boy CVV, Chris Van Vliet, and Jesse on, and then...
I ain't got time to... You got to do it with your teeth, though, little. I ain't got time to bleed. I ain't got time to bleed. Yeah, there you go. You got to teeth that one a little.
He had Karrion, come on. That was
Shout
awesome.
out to CVV, man. Chris Van Vliet, fucking on fire.
Yeah, he is... the Cliff Notes, I met him leaving Rogan's show, having to go to the bathroom so bad because we were drinking, and my buddy Josh had dropped me off, and I couldn't find my wallet, and I got to go to the bathroom so bad, and I realized it must be in the car. He goes, I got it, I'm on my way back to you. And there's a guy talking to his kid on the phone. He goes, oh my God, DDP, Diamond Dallas Page is right over there. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I know he's going to stop me. So the bottom line is I get my wallet. I say, hey, bro, how you doing? He goes, hey, buddy, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Ran to the thing, get to the room, get up to the floor. I run to the room, and the key won't work. I'm like, fuck, no. And the door opens, and it's fucking Chris. He goes, oh my God, DDP. He goes, big fan. I go, awesome, can I use your bathroom? That's how we met. And,
I always equate those situations to zombie apocalypses. And you got the zombies chasing you. And
it was so funny. I'm so glad because he's such a good dude,
He is, and he really stepped up. His podcasts, he cracked the formula, so to speak, for him, and it's different for everybody.
Yeah, and he does all those years of doing all the work with, biggest stars in the world, friggin'. everybody, you name it, he's interviewed him for whatever. But I think he does a great job with it. It's a great conversation. He came here, he did the Gauntlet.
Really?
Yeah, he came in here, yep. We're going to be putting that up probably, in the next couple months. Because I like to do one a month. So I think we're ready for it. Let's, anything else you want to get in?
No, I think we got it covered. Just watch Speed of Time if you haven't watched it. There's probably a link at the bottom of this video. The Iron Sheik Massacre also on YouTube. Yeah. Iron Sheik himself, Khosrow Vaziri, does the voice.
Which you came to the Performance Center.
To get the voice,
in there.
We got Sheik to come to the Performance Center, and he just had to read like 150 audio cues. I don't know if he fully understood what he was doing, but he did a great job.
Action figure of yours comes to life and gets super mad at a house full of wrestlers who are disrespecting old school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I am the shooter. Crossbow, Baba. How do you do the jabroni? No style for the Sheik. I make you humble. I make you humble. I make you really humble. I make you humble.
He was excited to be there. I mean, what a class act, that guy.
God, I know I have a picture over somewhere of Sheiky putting the diamond cutter on me. So we're going to pop that. Is that there it is right there. So we'll zoom in on that later. Yeah. That's a priceless picture.
Actually, look, that's the day we did the Sheik voice right there.
Yep, that's where we are.
Wow.
That's funny. And that picture right above that is at your wedding.
Oh, wow.
Yep, you got the Miz there, you got Cardona.
That was when the Miz's wedding toast was just a promo about himself. I mean, Broski and Ziggler just give him crap about that nonstop now.
That's tremendous.
Remember that time you did a toast about yourself at John's wedding?
He thought he was on TV.
Yeah.
I love the Miz.
Me too.
I met him because of Rick Bassman, and I was getting ready to go back in the ring just to do some independence because I wanted to do TNA or Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
And because we worked out a good deal, but I needed to get back in the ring. I had been in the ring in 2.5 years, so I wanted to just get warm up for I did some of Dusty's shows, and he sent this kid to me, Mike, and we get in the car and we're going and at some point, it comes out that he was in Real World.
Miz is a character I created. He's basically a wrestling star, and he's ready for the big leagues.
'Cause I am the fucking Miz, and the Miz does not break. Do you understand me? Oh God! It doesn't break.
And he's training to be a wrestler, and so I got in there with him, and he did all the things I wanted him to do for me.
Right.
You know? And right towards the end, I said to him, "So what do you want to work on?" He said, "What do you mean?" I go, "What do you want to work on? You just help me with all my stuff here. Let me help you out." He goes, "Really?" I go, "Yeah, really." So we worked for probably about 20 or 30 minutes. And now we're going back going to drop me off. And I say to him, I go, "So bro, you want to come in for a beer or something?" He goes, "Yeah, sure." He has no idea I live with Stone Cold.
I've heard this story from him. But anyway, keep going. It's a good story.
So he has no idea. And on my porch, Nash is in town. So there's Steve and Nash splitting a bottle of wine as I roll in with Mike.
And when he tells the story, he's like, "And then I'm just in this room. And there's Dallas and Nash and Austin, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing there."
Yeah, well, Joe, there's a kid who I definitely saw being able to pull this off. He would have had to deal with a lot of shit in the beginning, and I know he did.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, but I one of the best talkers in the business right now. But he's always been a great talker. But his work too, and then he got shredded.
He's underrated.
No, he's so underrated. So underrated.
I think as time goes by, when people look back, they'll appreciate him a lot more than they seem to do. But
I
he's
think
such a
they
good
do,
heel.
but not. I think even more so than what you're saying. But he's great.
Yeah.
He's got. There's certain guys who have it, and that motherfucker has it.
Yep.
And in spades. And I just was watching something on scrolling through something and boom, he popped on and he cut some promo like he was just putting himself over. And I love the way he does it.
It's like he's not even acting.
No, it's like he's just doing it. he lives that gimmick, but he's still a great, he's a good husband, dad, and all that.
And a good friend, too.
Yeah, good person. I really like him a lot. All right, so you ready for the gauntlet, man?
Yeah, let's do this.
So are you ready for the cold water?
No, I hate cold water. I'm going to do the gauntlet.
All right, let's go. Okay, we're here with Johnny Cold Plunge. And
Johnny Cold Plunge doesn't like cold, unfortunately.
Johnny Cold Plunge doesn't like cold.
It's freezing.
Well, your goal is 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. If you just keep talking to me while you're doing it, you'll be fine. But if you can only go.
I think I'm gonna be fine.
If you can only go. Hit pause right there. Pause.
He's a crazy person.
Okay, so Johnny Cold Plunge, your goal is 3 minutes. But if you get 60 seconds, you're good.
Okay.
All right? So now it's on you.
If I get like 5 or 6 minutes, I'm dead?
No. I normally go 5 to 6 minutes.
I'm frozen. I'm just joking. So I get in there, fingers above water.
Tell me a story.
Okay.
Tell me a story. I'll ask you when you get in there.
All right.
It doesn't count till you get to here, though.
Well, I'll get to there quick.
You're all right.
I'm not going to cannibal anything. Okay. All right, ready?
Ready. I'm timing. I have enough time. You need to get your neck in.
Okay. Oh, man.
It's not that bad, right?
It's bad. It's really bad.
Phase 1 of DDP's Gauntlet, the cold plunge. The key benefits include activating brown fat metabolism, enhancing mental resilience, strengthened immune system, and a dramatically boosted mood. Begin.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, okay. All right, so tell me, what's your favorite match ever? Do you have a favorite?
Favorite match is my next match.
Is your next
That's
match?
my textbook answer.
Good answer.
Let's see, favorite match ever. I have 2 faves that come to mind, and instead of the favorite, it's 2 of my favorites. They're both all-night long matches. And
what does that mean?
Lucha Underground, it's an Iron Man match.
Oh, okay.
Most falls in 60 minutes. The first one is against Prince Puma, a.k.a. Ricochet. And
what a great athlete he is.
He's almost as good as me.
We'll take that into consideration for sure.
I'm just kidding. When we have gone to the gym and done stunt training, I'll show him something that I've been working on for years that I can barely do. 3 tries. He does
ridiculous.
It. Just like that.
He's ridiculously athletic.
So athletic. It's ridiculous is the word. But it's crazy watching that match back now because I don't know how I did that. It's like 60 minutes of pretty much nonstop action, and I don't want to give it away for those who haven't seen it. But
how many fall? I mean, is it a 3 fall thing or is it?
It's most falls in 60 minutes.
Oh, most falls in 60 minutes. Oh my God!
So it can go, and Lucha Underground is. The beauty of it was I got almost full creative autonomy with the idea that everything I was deciding was for the best of the show. Right. So that meant not just me and Ricochet together would and everyone I was working there usually, if they had a good reason for wanting to do a table or anything, you could do it.
Right.
The other all night long match I had was against Willie Mack, and that match had everything. A friend of mine, Nathan, saw this on the Jericho cruise, and basically an injury spot where it turns out that you might not really be injured.
Right.
But that ended up working, but then it also ended up with me being strapped to a stretcher, pushed down a staircase afterwards.
Oh my God! Oh, because you didn't take enough crazy bumps.
Right. The fun thing about that spot was I had a lot of, because we were shooting that show in Los Angeles, so there's a lot of my friends from the film industry in the crowd.
Right.
And I didn't tell any of them what was going to happen. And when that happened, they all were like, "Oh, well, I guess we're not going to film anything anytime soon."
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the specifics of those matches too much, other than just to say I'm really proud of them both.
Well, that's cool. You're at 3 minutes too.
I'm freezing. I don't know if you can tell. I don't even know if I can get out.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Oh, here, rub your arm.
It's not working.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Just rub it because now he's bringing the blood back.
The blood's not coming back fast.
Oh, you did good.
Oh, yeah, that talking trick actually really works.
Right? You're one of the first ones who actually really got that.
You can relax and talk. It helps you not shiver like I'm doing now.
And it also takes back the confidence, of your brain. It's another thing you just overtook. All right, go get changed.
Okay.
All right, he did pretty good with that. Just pedal. Don't worry about going too fast.
Phase 2 of DDP's Gauntlet, hypoxia training. The key benefits are it produces higher oxygen levels to the bloodstream, accelerated healing of body tissues, enhanced ability to utilize fat as fuel, and enhanced cognitive function and overall brain health. Begin.
Now you can see that there. So we're going to go 2 minutes like this. Then we're going to go into, we're going to try a 30-second sprint, just like this, but I'm going to make it harder. And then we're going to flip it to 40% oxygen, okay? You're going to keep sprinting, and then for 15 seconds, I'm going to turn it all the way down so you're like now. Your bait is basically pedaling air, right?
Right.
Not really challenging. You can still breathe, no problem. When it goes down, you're going to raise your fucking heart rate. 20 seconds. You're going to start sprinting. Go, go. Push it. Good. Try to breathe through that nose. Doing great. Going to explode to you. You're going to keep going. I'm going to give you all that oxygen. Now, push it, push it. Come on. Come on. 15 seconds. I'm going to cut it back. 3, 2, chill out, 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 slow down, nice and easy. You're pedaling air, right? Yeah. Okay, now this time we're gonna do it for 20 seconds and 10 seconds of the oxygen and then just chill again for 30. Then we'll go back to the 30, okay?
Okay.
All right, go. Go, 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 come on, push it. Come on, come on, come on. 10 more seconds, 3, 2, chill out, chill out, chill out. Pedal air, pedal air, pedal air. How's that feel?
It's weird. It sucks and it feels great.
Right, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a perfect analogy. 15 seconds. All right, 15 seconds. Come on, man. Don't quit. Push it. Push it. Come on, come on. 2, now go. Hit it hard, hit it hard, hit it hard. Come on. Here comes the big oxygen. 2, go, 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 go. Come on. Come on, dig down. Dig down. 44% oxygen. 45. Push it. 5, 2, come on. Give me 20. Give me 20. Give me 20. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Come on. Come on. Go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, John. Here's Johnny. Here's Johnny. Come on. 3. Because here's what you're going to do. You know who Winhoff is, right? Push all that air out. Push it out, push it out. Squeeze your obliques, squeeze your obliques. Tighten all that shit up. There you go. You can slow down. Now here's what we're going to do. You're going to push all that air out. Push it out, raise your hand. And I'll start counting. Put your hand down when you got to breathe. Because this is real fight or flight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, down. 6.
Okay.
Pussy.
It could be 6.
I've done 60.
I am gonna eat.
Red, lift it when you're ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beat your record. 7, 8, 9. Good job. 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Good for your second time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got this. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Good job. Good job. But you see how it is in your head? Because you're going to have oxygen, all the oxygen you need. It's friggin' double what we're normally breathing. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20! That's huge, okay? And count it. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Come on, you can do it. 17, 18. Come on, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's awesome. Good job. Good job. Your goal was really 20 to me, but I wanted you to see past that.
30.
Now just take some deep breaths. Just take some deep breaths. Yeah, I'll get it. Boom, right there. Boom.
That was so easy. No, not really.
How'd you feel about that?
You know, I guess I've never tried to ride a bike underwater before, but it might be like what it's like. And I don't think I'll ever do it in real life, but this is talk about a great way to elevate your heart rate. This is not easy.
I want to see where you are with your knees, with all the punishment you've done to yourself.
Okay.
All right. Feet hip distance, grip the toes, tuck the tailbone, hit them, flex quads, low scoots, grab the ball.
Phase 3 of DDP's Gauntlet, DDP Yoga. The key benefits are that it combines cardio, flexibility, and strength training into one workout, burns fat with little to no joint impact, highly effective lower back pain healer, and adaptable to any fitness level. Begin.
Touch down, and let's reach for that right hand. And then left. And right. And left. I really want you to stretch. When you do this, I want you to friggin' take it here.
Okay.
All right? This here. So when you're coming here, now this holds the rope, and that comes there. Pull them forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Get a little bit higher. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Now, straighten that right leg, lean into the left. Reverse it. Again. Oh. Deep
I gotta
breath.
work on this.
You what?
I gotta work on this.
Yeah, it's just something, taking it back. Awesome. You turn all that shit on. Opposite side. All that years of doing all that what do you call it, parkour?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's friggin' really, that's really body control. Now reach with that left hand. Reach long and high. Pull this right hand down and take it across. Lower. 3, 2, 10. Lower. 3, 2, 11. Lower. 3, 2, 12. Bring your left knee right behind it. You should be fine here since you squat so deep, but we'll see.
No, you got me. This is one of my weak spots.
I don't know how that's possible though, because you can get so low in your squat.
It's the dorsal flexion between your foot and your shin bone.
Oh, that's where you're hitting.
I have that a lot, but what's the adductor?
Just try working your chest here. Just let gravity take you down, man. Deep breath.
Yeah, see it?
There you go, you're going. You feel it, right?
Yeah.
Deep breath. Now we're gonna take that left leg up and pull it through. Right comes right behind it and sink into it. Same way. This one's way better than my other side.
They're both equally good.
Try to, the whole reason when I try to get it's the upper back is what opens up when you try to get those forearms down. And then roll up on it. Just sink into that shit. Bring it up. Bring it up. Deep breath. Take it up. 3, 2, 1. Toes and knees forward. Fold forward. Hands on the mat. Pick your toes off the mat. 1, 2. Inhale, take it back. Out to a tailgate. Attention. Shake it out. What do we have for time, Nate?
This has been going for 20 minutes.
That's what I figured. Hey guys, it's me, DDP. Today we're going to be working back and triceps with, here's
Johnny TV.
All right, today we're going to work back and tries. So we already got it set up for the ropes. So why don't we just do those I would call them long, straight arm back lateral.
Yeah, back lat pulls.
Yeah, there you go. And then what do you want to do into that?
Since we're over there, let's superset it with tricep push downs on the rope.
Oh, okay, cool, awesome. All right, then let's come over here. We're already set up for this. We got on the bench, bent over rows, using the bench, and you want to trip it into?
Let's do like 2-arm tricep kickbacks.
Right.
Same setup.
Perfect, you're just right in the same spot.
Yep.
And then we'll close out with seated rows.
And skull crushers.
Perfect. All right, guys, get ready. Let's rock. First of all, power up. All right.
How much power is too much power?
All righty.
First set, we're going for 30?
30 reps. And we'll drop down, but we'll try to keep that same weight.
I'm going to regret it later, but I'm going to start with 50.
Phase 4 of DDP's Gauntlet, PowerCuffs. The key benefits are building muscle with light weights, reduced joint stress, stimulating muscle-building hormones, and accelerated injury recovery. Begin.
Are you going to start with 50? Okay, God bless you. All right. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Ready. Ready?
Sit.
Ready. Ready?
Oh, ready? Ready.
Hit it. 1.
2. I already regret it.
3. Hold on. 4. I hooked myself.
Okay.
I hooked my
Okay, we're just at the top. It's a good time to start again.
You say ready. Ready?
Ready.
Hit it. 1.
2.
2. Pause at the bottom. 3. 4. 29. 30. Ooh. I won't be doing anywhere near 30 for this next one.
I'm going to drop it too.
Yeah. Okay. Now remember, we're going right into triceps for 30 here.
Same weight?
Yep.
Oh, we're going.
Now we're doing tricep push-downs.
Again, okay.
No, that was lat pulls.
Oh, really?
Is that what you were doing?
I did it backwards.
Okay, let's start again. Okay, we got 30. I say ready, you say ready. Ready?
Ready.
Hit it. 1. Good. 2. 3. 28. 29. 30. Great job. Ooh. 30 seconds. 30 seconds on the clock. All right.
That's a good superset. It's hitting my tries too.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to be like super duper set.
Yep.
So it's going to be 30 now. Flex it at the bottom, pause, and flex.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
Hit it. 1. Pause at the bottom. 2. Good. 3. 4. You got this. 29.
That's 1.
30. Good job, bro. Good. Look at the pump you already got.
I'm on fire.
That's what I love about this, man. That's
Yeah.
what I love the most about it. And it's the pump that it stays later.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I could get 3 days and not work out because of my schedule, and I still do that, and it's like rocks, man.
Yeah.
That's what helps with all that fucking flab shit, you know?
You know, it's weird. It honestly helps me with all the
Elbow
arthritis
stuff?
and like bone chips I have in here too.
Set your thing back where you were.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
Hit it.
1.
2.
3. 4. 2 more.
19.
20.
Oh. Woo. All right, dropping that back down to 20.
Get the blood out of my arms. Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
Hit it.
1. 2.
3. 4. 12. 13. 14. 15. I always fuck that up.
16.
Oh!
17. 18. 19. The coffee I like. 20.
Oh! Whoa!
Ow. That was a lot.
Oh. Hit it.
1.
Not triceps.
Oh, we're doing lats again.
Do we just do lats?
Yeah.
Oh, God, my bad. All right, ready?
Ready.
Hit it.
1.
2.
18. 19. 20.
One more, right? One more.
That was 3 sets each.
Yeah, we got one more.
Okay. Last
Ready?
set of these. Ready.
Hit it. 1. 2. Get the pause. 3. There. 2 more.
19.
Last one. 20. Oh, my Lord. Oh.
Okay.
Planet Fitness would have hit the lunk
alarm.
Lunk alarm on that one.
Yeah.
For both of us.
I don't know if they're allowed to use PowerCuffs in Planet Fitness.
Steve works with them all the time.
Yeah.
And Steve's more like Spock. Yeah, he's very cerebral.
He's like a scientist in the gym.
No, he is.
And out of the gym.
And out of the gym. Okay.
Right.
Ready?
Yeah. Ready.
Hit it.
1. 2.
Get the pause at the bottom. Hold it there. Come
3.
on. There. That's it.
18.
19. Oh, my
20.
Lord. That was good. Pop them, bro. Pop them.
Ow.
Hoo-ah. That was a fast set. You got 25s and 15s?
Yeah.
Well, I think you're okay with the 25s, but I'd get the 10s just in case you need them.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's rock them. Come
Chicks,
on,
no
come
joke.
on. Power
Wait,
up.
Power up. How high?
Power up. Let's grab them. Ready?
Ready.
Hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get that pause at the top. 5. That's the difference. 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh, that's it. Whew. I know you were regretting that 30. And 25.
I am.
You were regretting that 25 pounds.
Oh.
You got to like number 19 and I just felt it for you.
Yep. I was like, no.
Elbows bent. Ready?
Ready.
Hit it. 1,
2.
No swing.
3.
Own this.
4.
Good. Get that flex at the top.
28.
29. 30. Oh. Wow. Good stretch.
I think I would have been in trouble if I
Just let that hang.
tried to use those 15s.
Oh, you're glad you got the 10s, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a good stretch this is from your back right here, upper back. Ready?
Ready.
Hit it.
1,
2. Get that pause.
3, 4,
18, 19, 20. Buzzing, baby, buzzing.
Yeah. Ow.
Ready?
Ready.
Hit it.
1, 2,
3, 18, 19, 20. Now push it through. Oh. right in the down dog here. Oh, stretch that out. Oh, ready?
Ready.
Hit it. 1,
2, 3,
17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, strike them up. Ready?
Ready.
Hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 19, 20. Oh, last one, best one.
Last one, best one.
All right, last one, best one. Ready?
Okay. Ready.
Hit it.
1, 2,
3, 4, 18, 19, 20. Rocking that shit. We're ready. Ready?
Ready.
Hit it.
1,
2, no swinging. 3, be legit. 4, 3, 2, 1. I wasn't exhausted. I am now.
Ow. There.
Pop them.
Okay.
Boom.
Papa.
Boom. All right, get this ready for skull crushers.
All right.
Power up. Ready?
Ready.
Hit it. 1,
1,
2, 3. Get that pause. 4, 28, 29, 30. Woo.
Okay.
You definitely get one alarm for that one.
Yeah.
Ready?
Ready.
Hit it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
28, 29, 30.
Ow.
Ooh.
Man.
This one got a little too tight. Whew. Ready?
Ready.
Hit it.
1, 2,
Get that back flex.
3,
Come on, Batman.
4,
18, 19, 20.
Ready? Ready.
Hit it.
1,
2. Slow it down. 3. Pause at the bottom. 19, 20. Oh! Are you doing 20s?
Yeah.
Ready?
Ready.
Hit it.
1, 2.
Good.
3.
19, 20. Ooh. Ready?
Ready.
Hit it. 1,
2.
19, 20. Oh.
Ow. That's a lot.
Hit it. 1, 2, 3. 21.
What happened to 5?
22. Come on, 23. 24. 25. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. See ya. Bang. Oh my God.
Hell yeah, it does.
Oh, pop them. Woo.
I don't think I can feed myself now.
Go to like a T. There you go.
Yeah.
Now, if you just shimmy yourself, there you just feel it.
Yeah.
Now take your legs wide. There you go. You're in. Now just like bring your feet together. Bring your feet like the bottoms of your feet together. It's easier.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? Yeah, there you go.
This is
It's like
much better than the inversion
way
table.
better. And yeah, then you can do all your eating exercises through there.
Oh.
It's like, I think it's like 60 or 70 bucks on Amazon, you know?
Really?
Yeah, it's not. And that is phenomenal. I'm putting 2 at my place down there too. One up on our floor and one off the second floor.
Yeah, this is great. Reminds me a little bit of rings.
Yeah, kinda. Huh.
I mean, without the silk part that's comfortable.
Right. Right. I'm gonna make you some shakes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. All right, Johnny, how has the Gauntlet been today?
Let's see. Gauntlet was tough. I don't know, fuck, man. Every time I come and hang out with Dallas, he wants to do some kind of workout or some kind of yoga thing. And I never know quite what to expect. Gauntlet, I thought it was going to be tough. I was right. It was difficult, a lot of stuff that I hadn't done, some stuff that I had. But with those cuffs, it just, you get an extra pump, like treadmill, sure, but treadmill with oxygen deprivation, geez. I'll say this though, I feel fantastic right now. Proud that I made it through that. Feel loose, feel awake, and in my body.